Welcome, colleagues, and thank you for joining today's UNSDG Global Shared Services Informational Webinar. As we approach the conclusion of our 16 webinars, this is the second last one, and the last couple of webinars have been focused on digital services. Today's highlight is on one of the fastest growing shared service in our portfolio, which is the UN System Online Auctions. This is one of the key services that is digital, that is simple to use, and it's modernizing how the UN system would deal with this asset disposals going forward. The session will showcase the efficiencies that the UN system online auctions will bring to your day-to-day work in the field, and trying to basically utilize the efficiencies of disposing and auctioning your assets. And the team in here from WFP, that is the backbone of the service, will be with us to take us through this initiative and respond to any of your questions. And with that, without going into too much detail, I'm going to hand over the session to Ms. Sarah Adam, the Director of Management Services Division for WFP, to open up the session for you, and then colleagues from WFP will introduce themselves and follow afterward. We'll have opportunity for Q&A as usual after the presentation, but please feel free to share your questions as we go during the presentation. Thank you, and over to you, Sarah, please.
Well, thank you first, Zamir, for those in opening remarks, and really good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, colleagues, wherever you're streaming from. And really, once again, as Samir said, welcome to this webinar on the UN System Online Auctions. Let me begin really by expressing first our sincere thanks to really DCO. New York, as you can see, they're always waking up extremely early for these webinars, for their leadership and tremendous efforts and organizing them. It's not an easy feat, so really thanks a lot on that. I also wanted to warmly really welcome colleagues from across the UN system connecting today. Your interest on the UN system online, of course, reflects a shared commitment in transforming how we dispose of assets across the UN. So before we take sort of a deep dive, allow me really to introduce the WFP colleagues who are leading this transformation. Alexandra Bianchini, who is actually the Chief of Shared Services and Business Development, and then Thomas Georgi, Head of our Global Asset Management, and Jeremy Coleman, and leading of the UN System Online Auctions, and then last but not least, David Bishestrelli, Head of our Service sort of Innovation. So as you can see, a team that is really transforming a lot of the global shared services as we move forward on that. Today's, of course, discussion is sort of anchored on one of the UN's most impactful innovation, the UN System Booking Hub, a leading UNSDG endorsed global shared service that is a real example of the UN 80 in action, and really a model that will, of what we achieve when we sort of innovate together. It represents today the largest UN global service for interagency collaboration, as Zamir had just mentioned earlier on, from 21 UN entities offering and managing flights, mobility, accommodation, facilities, medical wellness, and disposal services in a streamlined fashion across over 120 countries. It has served more than 7.4 million customer requests to date, and will generate more in sort of US dollars, or approximately 18 million in efficiency gains in 2025. This is basically what we have. I know we're towards the end of the year, but that may actually slightly change and increase as we move forward. So very much looking forward to sharing that with you. Against this backdrop, of course, we're proud that our collaboration vision, already endorsed by the DSG, the BIG, the HLCM, and really now is also endorsed by the Secretary General as part of the UN at 80 report. The UN System Booking Hub is referenced as a success in scaling up common services to be leveraged on the drive of UN operational efficiencies and really unlocking tens of millions of US dollars of savings, a strong call to scale up common services through the UN System Booking Hub. Today, of course, we're very pleased to present one of those services, as we'd mentioned, the UN System Online Auction. This innovative solution really turns disposal into a strategic advantage, generating value through high-cost recovery, fast release of facility services, just-in-time disposal, and flexible operations. WFP's journey, of course, in asset disposal really spans nearly a decade and reflects deep operational expertise across all disposable modalities, traditional on-site auctions, sealed bid and auctions, and online auctions. Since, of course, 2017, we've been really partnering closely with local teams, external stakeholders, and with UNHCR to ensure compliance, transparency, and efficiency. WFP has built this solution for the UN, scalable, secure, and cost-effective auction services that delivers financial gains, maximize value recovery, and ensure client satisfaction. So through mutual recognition, the UN entities can quickly leverage on our ready-to-use global SLA, which has really been endorsed, which has been in fact endorsed, and of course mutual recognition. We're very much working on that to make sure that it's fit and fast and easy to use, making service adoption easier than before. So what I can conclude on is to say, join us, try it, and make every asset really count. So let me take a pause here. Let me hand it to the team. I'm starting off with Thomas, who will actually walk us through the service. So without further ado, Thomas, over to you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks for the introduction. Good morning, or good afternoon, colleagues. Welcome. I'm very pleased to introduce you to the UN System Online Auction. It's a new service in GSS, which we aim to modernize asset management across all the UN system with innovation, right? It's part of the UN Booking Hub. It's all about innovation here. We want to foster collaboration with other UN entities, and we want to support the UN 80 and advancing the SDGs, right? The aim to have this solution is to deliver a transformative and a cost-effective, right? Solution is we want to standardize and automate process for efficiency, lower the fees, the ones that we are paying to the auctioneers. We want to reduce the operational costs. You know, instead of keeping that in the storage for a long time, we want to, for those assets, we want to dispose them. We want to faster auction turnaround times, you know, do more auctions in a shorter time. And of course, we want to have a transparent and secure transactions, ensuring trust and accountability. That's what we want to have with this new solution. Before I go to the solution, I have a couple of more slides. One of them, and Sarah mentioned already, we have been in this business of auctions. WFP has been in this business since 2017. And we have been providing service to our country office, and now we have started providing service also to other UN agencies. But in our portfolio, we have more than 300 auctions, including seal bids, live auctions, and online auctions in 92 countries. We have sold more than 130,000 assets. We have a team, a multilingual, multi-zone team. We have someone in Latin America that, of course, speaks Spanish. We have someone in Africa. We have someone in Europe. We have someone in the Middle East. We have Arabic speakers, Portuguese speakers, Spanish speakers, English speakers, French speakers, and we are planning to augment the capacity, right, and have other languages on included as well. This is just for the team and for WFP. I just want to quickly mention why we came up with this solution. As we are doing the seal bids, the live auctions, we faced some pain points. We saw some opportunities, you know, that could be optimize, facilitate, right? Some of them are here is the disposal fees. So we thought that we were spending too much money paying the auctioneers. Relocation of assets. Many auctioneers in many countries, they request that all assets are moved to a single location so you can have the live auction. Sometimes in certain countries, you know, we need to wait for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months until the auction happens. And that will keep, like, it means keeping the assets in storage, devaluating the assets because of the time. In certain auctions as well, we saw that we didn't have too many participants. Usually the live auction happened in a specific day, in a specific time, and you see how with the online we are more flexible on that. And of course, there is always the risk of fraud, right? So the goal developing this solution was to lower disposal costs, was to streamline disposal process and enhance risk management. Those are the main ones. I'm almost in the solution. Before I go there, I want to share a quick video with you guys. Can you hear?
Oh, well. Yes.
Excellent.
Public auctions are a vital part of how the UN system manages the life cycle of the equipment that keeps our operations running. Through auctions, equipment that has fulfilled its mission continues to create impact, keeping donor contributions at work while offering the public a new way to support the UN system's efforts towards peace, progress, and a sustainable future. And now, building on experience from auctions across 90 countries and counting, we've digitally transformed this important work. Faster, smarter, safer. UN System Online Auctions exemplifies the UN 2.0 vision of a modern, forward-looking system where innovation meets impact. And as a global shared service endorsed by the UNSDG and BIG, it enables agencies to work smarter, share resources, and advance the UN80 vision of a more connected and effective United Nations. Every purchase continues the story we write together, where valued items become new possibilities, and your choice helps the UN make the world a better place for everyone. Agencies can join, the public can participate. Together, we unlock the full potential of every contribution. We're ready. Are you?
Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going into the solution now, but before going there, I forgot to mention something, is that this is a complementary service, right? We don't aim to replace the seal bids. We don't aim to replace the live auctions. It's just a complementary service where, and let me stop this here. Okay. It's a complementary service. Wherever it fits, wherever you need it, we are there. You can use it. There are certain countries that might be better to do a seal bid, you know, or a live auction, but other countries will be better to do an online auction. So it depends of each situation, depends of country regulations, depends of cultural, how much digitalizes the country as well. But it's just a complementary service. We have started, I think, around 2 years ago, and we have developed quite a few features already. So this solution allowed registration of UN staff as well as public users, right? It's something that's open. Anyone can come and register to bid on the app. It's a multiple auction. It means that we can have several auctions at the same time. Last week, we had 6 auctions at the same time going on in different countries, different continents, actually. We have quite a few languages already in the auction, 6 or 7 that you can choose in the beginning, or you can change in the middle, right? It's time zone supported, so it's wherever you are having an auction. In Latin America, you can adjust the time zone, so we can close at 8 p.m. Latin America or Caracas or Colombia, like Bogota time, and the same if it's in Nepal, in Timor-Leste, or another country that we have there. The interface is quite simple. We try to make it very user-friendly. we keep improving it, and whenever we get feedback or we notice something, like we try to improve the interface, so it's very easy to go into and navigate into the solution. We have also the payments. You can do payments with credit and debit cards. So, but for those countries that are not there yet, that are, there are certain countries that you just pay with cards. There are other countries that you are not there yet. You can do bank transfers. Is not a problem as well. And we also have another feature that I like is this automate bid receipt confirmation and out bid notifications. So when you place a bid, you get an email confirming that your bid went through. When someone outbids you, you also get an email saying like, listen, someone outbid you. If you want to try it again. So you get, and there is another feature that I'd like to mention that it has been we put in production, I think two months ago, is the extension of the time for bids. So if you have a auction that's going to finish at 8 p.m. and that was the case last night for Cairo and Rome auctions, and someone placed a bid missing only 1 minute to end the auction, that specific lot gets extended for 5 minutes. It gives a chance to other people to bid again, right? And what's interesting is that this game of playing and this competition between bidders, it lasts like quite a couple of hours. So for the Cairo auction, it lasts almost 2 hours. We have some nice vehicles from OCHA and from WFP. So and you could see like you had 3 or 4 bidders that they really want to buy. So one bid, they wait a few minutes, another one bids and gets extended for almost 2 hours. In Rome was the same, was a little bit less, was an hour and a half. But that's one of and with that, there is an increase on the revenue, and that's what we were mentioning before, because you have more participants, you have more competition, and therefore the revenues are higher, right? So it's one of my favorite features. I'm going through the solution here. There is a short video. There is no sound. I'm gonna be talking on the top, but this is our solution. Here, UN System Online Auctions, you have some introductory screens, briefing a little bit. Here you can choose your language. We have English, Russian, Ukrainian, French, Spanish, Arabic, and Italian for now, and we keep expanding as is needed. Here is for you to log in. It's very easy to register. You have your email, you put your phone number, address, just few information, you can immediately register. Then you go into the auctions. Yeah, you go register, then you come into the solution. You have the terms and conditions, obviously, right? For the user to agree, where it specified the rules and the conditions. You have to click here to confirm that you accept it. So we are covering on the legal side. Then you go to the auctions. You can have, like here we have, I think in this moment that we did the video, we had, I think 3 or 4 auctions. We have the one in Cairo, the one in Rome. There was another one here, the one in Caracas. Then you click in one of the auctions and then you go into the details, for the lots. Like you have different lots with the pictures. You can click on the pictures, click on the lot that you want. And then you get more details. You have a full description of the asset that you are selling. It's not only light vehicles. We can sell whatever you need, and then you can make a bid. There is this make a bid, and there are 2 ways. Either you just put here and click how many you want, or you can type the amount there. You see that there it says how long. How much is missing, also 6 days left, or bid submitted. So we have a FAQ as well. If you go there, there is several questions like to give more details, how things work, how is the bidding period determined for an online auction? How can I realize that the closing time of a lot has been extended? You have all the information there. And then, yeah, here, if you want to change the language, again, all the FAQ is also in the different languages. So to facilitate colleagues, you have contact us. If you need support, you just click there and there is an email that comes directly to us, right? At the end, like if you win one of the assets, we are gonna inform you, and yeah, we request you to do the payment, and once it's paid, and then you need to come and pick up the asset. There is here the QR code. If you want to go into the QR code, we have 2 auctions live right now, one in Ghana and one in Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, we have these 2 auctions. If you had access yesterday, you had 5. Last week, I think I don't think we had 6 auctions at the same time. The next slide, I want to, yeah. We keep improving. We have different features that we are working on it. One of them is to have and we already have actually the website for the online auction, and we are improving that in a way that you can also see the lots in the website. You'll be able to bid through the website. The majority prefer the app, and that's why we went through that first. But as we get more feedback as how we are doing more and new features, trying to improve things. This is a quick comparison between a traditional and online auction. Once again, we don't aim to replace the traditional live auction. It's a complementary service. So, but that shows again why we start working on this solution, right? Why because in the traditional auction you have the auctioneer fee. For the online auction, you are not going to have that. The traditional auction usually is in a single day event, physical day event, and in the online auction, we actually do it for 7 or 8 days, and you can bid from wherever you are, whenever you want, until the time limit. So you don't need to be present there. It's more flexible. Yeah, the single day physical, the traditional auction has a fixed timeline and location, which is not the case. It's limit also the audience reach. So with the traditional auction, you have a limitation in the number of participants. Also because many of them, since you have these specific days, specific time, sometimes they cannot go there. You have other commitments and etc. And with that, like you can really boost the competition by expanding the audience reach. And I like to use the example of Venezuela online auction because even us, we are surprised that in the first 2 or 3 days we have more than 300 people register in the online auction there, and it was a big success. We sold all the light vehicles, all the IT equipments that we had there. So it's really, and more people, more competition, higher revenues, right? That's what you need to think. Another advantage that we see, and sometimes actually with the traditional auction, it's possible, is to relocate the assets. In many cases, for the auctioneers ask you to move your assets to the auction venue. And in our case here, like we just leave the assets where they are. Of course, they need to get organized. And if there is the viewing, in the case of light vehicles, there is the viewing. It's like we need to get organized, but you don't need to move from a sub office to the country office. Like you can leave it there, especially those big items, generators, even light vehicles, trucks, containers. You just leave it where they are, right? And you explained in the lot description that they need to be picked up there, right? And you see that the relocating the asset, there is also a cost that, and it's in our next slide. I want to show you that. Yeah, the timeline as well, there is a more flexibility, and with all these, what we have seen with the online auction that we have run so far is that we get up to 20% higher revenues on the sale of comparable items, and that's what I'm going now. I'm going to show you the next slide is a case that we had in Colombia, where we did a live auction at the end of 2024, and then at the end of Q1 of 2025, we did an online auction there, and then fortunately we had like comparable LV types, model, condition, millage. So we have assets that you can't compare, right? So in terms of the revenue, we have for the live auction, we had around 40,000 K for the vehicle. In the case of the online auction, it was 47,000 K, right? So it's already like an increase of 18%, but it's not just that. Then for the live auction, we had to pay 8% of the revenues to the auctioneer. In the case of the online auction, we did not, right? We also had, in that specific case, the auctioneer was asking us to move the light vehicles from their original location in the countryside of Colombia to Bogota. So we did a calculation how much we were saving with that. It's another $3,500. So at the end of the day, like what stayed with the organization was, for the live auction was $33,000, and for the online auction was $47,000. So it's 42%. It's not just the revenue, but also the savings that you make with the costs, right? I'm moving to the next slide. That is, we have already some client satisfaction quotes. The first one is from Rodrigo, who is the FAO director, and he mentions UN80 in action means ensuring every contribution continues to work for us, including the assets we no longer need. FAO's participation in the UN system online auctions reflects our commitment to innovative, cost-efficient solutions that maximize value and reduce waste. WFP's proven track record across multiple countries showed the strength of this shared service, and our first joint auction in Rome is already delivering results. We look forward to scaling this model across FAO office and encourage more UN agents to align with this unaffield approach. We have also a quote from Andres Rodriguez, who is the CD in WFP Venezuela, which he was very happy also with the outcome of the online auction. We were happy as well. Our recent online auction in Venezuela country office, featuring a significant number of light vehicles plus IT equipment, truly highlighted the power of embracing digital solutions for asset management. The process was not only fast and secure, it was also transparent and high competitive, attracting ample participation and delivering solid financial results. This experience sets a new standard for efficient and demonstrate how innovation can create real value at field level. And in Venezuela, it works super well. We finished the third auction yesterday, which also we managed to have good results. So those are some of our clients that are happy with the solution. But now, how to become a partner agency, right? One thing that we need with you is that we need this service level agreement signed, right? And Sarah was mentioning about the mutual recognition entry point for other agencies. It's FAO has already a global SLA sign. So it's easier if you just do this mutual recognition. Of course, if your headquarters needs to review it, they need to review it, right? But that will be easier. I want to mention again, even in the SLA is very clear, it's not an exclusive service. So if you sign our SLA, you can work with us if it's needed, if it's convenient, if you think it's a good solution, if you think the service is good, like it doesn't matter. It's if you have the SLA there, you can keep it there on the drawer, and whenever you need us, you can call us. Or you can also like, oh no, it's better here for certain types of assets. I'm just gonna continue with my seal bids or contracting the external auctioneer. That's possible as well. There is no commitment with the SLA, right? It just allows you for us immediately to engage with us. We are discussing on the rates. So what we are planning to do, it's a flat rate for all assets category that generate revenues, right? It should be a 7 flat rate for all the assets, and at least for the early adopters. So that's how we are planning to do it.